Hero. Bosses that meet bosses wants to shed positive light on your story. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at BTMB Magazine. To purchase your copy, visit madcloud.com/browse/BTMB Magazine. Bosses that meet bosses is where your story lives.
Yeah, stepped in some more, wiped it off. Took a load and took some more. Now I'm a boss. Yeah.
And we're back. K-100 Radio. I'm your host, Blizzard. Thanks everybody for tuning in to the show. We're back for round two. Second interview of the day on our direct line interview. Welcome, everybody. Shout out to everybody checking us out on Instagram. Everybody checking us out on Facebook Live. We appreciate it. What's going on? Shout out to everybody listening to us worldwide at www.k1radio.com or on our mobile app via the TuneIn Radio app. And also, if you're listening to this on SoundCloud or watching it on YouTube after the fact, we appreciate it. Hit follow and subscribe. Woo. All right. Let's get it. 347-934-0966. We got the homie T-Chamb is in the building up next, man. T-Chamb, what's going on, bro? Welcome to K100 Radio.
What's going on with it?
Welcome, man. Welcome. Go ahead, dog. You got the floor real quick. Tell everybody who you are, who you be with. Tell them about T-Chamb. Introduce yourself to our listeners.
This your boy T-Chamb, straight out of North Memphis, born and raised, Mitchell Heights. Man, just an up-and-coming artist from Memphis, Tennessee. We doing big things right now.
That's what's up, man. All right. So, and this is actually the second artist. Shout out to the homie Jay Shields. He's piping us in all these Tennessee artists, man. He's making he putting in the work and getting you guys over here at K100 Radio, man. Shout out to SCM Awards, Jay Shields. We'll tell you guys more about that in a minute. You feel me? Right now, man, we got Memphis is in the building. There's a lot of a little bit of controversy that was going on with one notable Memphis artist, but we won't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Because people love drama and love beef. We're here to talk about T-Chamb. You feel me? So tell us about your grind, man. What you got going on? What you got going on right now? How far have you been with it? How many projects you got out? And tell us about your current project that you got going on right now.
Man, I got my current project right now that's mixtape dropping the end of March. It's called I Gotta Get It, and that speaks for itself. I gotta get it. Ain't no man out here gonna give me nothing, so you know what I'm saying, I'm just standing like a man, like I'm saying, I gotta get it. So that's just, the name speaks for itself, and it's hosted by DJ Q, and shout out to SCM too, man. They've been a big help with a lot of things that's going on with T-Chamb to come in the future.
Absolutely. And Robert, you said something about award shows. Let's talk about that, man. As an independent artist, how do you feel about award shows? I got a problem, what I'm saying? A lot of independent artists feel like, if they don't win an award or they ain't nominated or whatever, they feel like they like to bash award shows. And I'm like, independent artists should be the absolute last people to bash any kind of award show unless they really did some crazy shit to you personally, because nobody has to build a platform to recognize independent artists. Most people have to put their own money up to make it pop off in the first place. You know what I'm saying? What do you feel about award shows? Yeah. What do you feel about them?
I mean, I'm all for award shows because it shows the underground cast that's been grinding that can't really just have hands-on with the awards, but other people that's involved with the awards, they take notice to what you out here doing underground. And, you can be nominated for an award. They don't necessarily mean you're going to win it, but just being nominated, that's just another platform that people can look at you because you was nominated. So,
Absolutely.
I can't bash no one. No, I can't bash no awards, none of that. I'm just out here grinding. I work daily. So, me putting my own money behind my project, it just make me more hungry to keep doing what I'm doing. Vice versa, somebody else putting money behind me and pushing me, I'm not going to be as hungry as I would, by me out here working and grinding and putting my hard-earned work money into it. So, therefore, I can't bash nobody or knock no one for what they doing.
Absolutely. Good answer. It just always, when award shows come around, and even, at this particular point, what I'm saying, even if it's in a large mainstream award show, what I'm saying, I just see a lot of independent artists that feel the need to bash them, and I'm like, why are you bashing award shows, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be doing a lot more stuff that actually matters with your career than sitting around bashing award shows. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I digress. Let's move on. Let me tell me about the Memphis right now, man. As far as hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, you guys have had numerous acts come out of Memphis. I think Memphis is one of those cities where it's not like Atlanta where you just got them coming. But Memphis has had, you know, a couple of artists that pop off from the area and really represent hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Memphis ain't, you know, they've got some staples in the game. Where do you think Memphis sits as far as the history of hip hop? Not just Southern hip hop, but hip hop period.
The hip hop period, Memphis as a whole is a big part of the hip hop culture, because you know a lot of people come to Memphis and get ideas from Memphis, and they go back to their cities and run with it. And you know, it's not knocking no other cities, just Memphis as a whole. Like I'm saying, like Memphis has a lot to do with the hip hop, just music scene period.
Do you think the Atlanta sound originated in Memphis? I've heard that numerous times. The current sound of Atlanta, people always tell me that actually is the Memphis sound, but then it came down to Atlanta and people blew it up and just ran with it. You ever heard that? And how do you feel about it?
I mean, Atlanta's just right. You might as well just say like next door to Memphis. So it's just like, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if they come here to Memphis and they're in a better situation to run with an idea that they done got from Memphis, and some Memphis artists don't jump out there and, you know, go with it, run with it, of course somebody else gonna take your style and run with it. I mean, you can't be mad at the point that somebody took their style and running with it, because I wouldn't get mad, because I look at it like, if they taking their style and running with it, that's gonna help me get in the dough. So, you know, you can't be mad at it. You just gotta go with the flow. You
honestly, come on, T-Chamb, you honestly wouldn't be mad if somebody came down there and you had something really popping and hot, like, you know, you ain't nobody really fucking with it, doing it like that, and somebody take it and run with it. Now, T-Chamb, they take it and they run with it. You ain't gonna. That's what I'm
saying.
What you mean?
I'm in my own lane. I'm in my own lane right now for the way I'm putting out my mixtape right now. So, you know, ain't nobody ran with my style. So, you know, I can't speak on that until I get in that situation. But I'm just saying, like, if somebody came from Atlanta to Memphis and they ran back to Atlanta and they from Atlanta and they got on with our style of the music, that's going to open the door for Memphis. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. I feel you. I just wanted to make sure you was going to be like, nah, you know, because I mean, because there are Memphis-based artists who feel a kind of way about it. That's what I'm asking. You know what I'm saying? Producers and stuff, you know what I'm saying? They ain't so friendly. They ain't so nice with their rhetoric on the subject. You know what I'm saying? You kind of like, hey, man, you know it's going to be good for us. And them niggas like, man, fuck that. You niggas owe me or something. You know what I'm saying? It's a total different attitude.
I just told you, the title of the mixtape, I got to get it. You got to get out and go get it.
All right. So do you think, well, let me ask you this then. Do you think, because you see a lot of, I mean, I'm talking like, you know, just a lot of producers and everybody who feel like you can get a little bit of buzz going to Memphis, but you got to leave. And you can't just stay local in any situation and blow up. But a lot of people feel like Memphis can only get you so far today, that you got to come to Atlanta in order to really take off to the next level. Like, you can't just blow up in Memphis and go somewhere else and then Atlanta love you. You got to come to Atlanta first, get the love, and then Memphis will start loving you. A lot of other smaller places just around the Atlanta period feel like that. Artists in Florida, I was at a music conference last week, and they was complaining, saying that, you know, if Atlanta don't love us, then our own city or our own home state don't love us. We got to go to Atlanta, blow up, and then everybody ride our dick, like, basically. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I just feel like it's pretty much like bandwagon. Like if and that has been the case for a lot of artists. They leave their city and go somewhere else and get the popping, and then when they hear Atlanta on your music, then they come back to the city. They like, man, dude hard, dude bumping, and all the time that's the same dude that probably stay right around the corner from you. But you didn't want to bump him because he from your city. You feel like, oh, he doing what you doing, so you gonna hate on the next man. And that's crazy, because we're supposed to uplift one another and come together as a whole. And if we come together as a whole, we'll be a force to reckon with.
That's true. Another question. I think Memphis over the course of the years, Memphis had a high, above average rate of crime, not more than Atlanta, but Atlanta's a much bigger city, so that's probably to be expected, I guess. Also, places like Chicago, bigger cities. But for a while, Memphis was making the news a lot. You know what I'm saying, when it came down to like violence. So, if you're an independent artist or you're a hip hop artist, and I know you have to rap about your surroundings and everything that you see, you don't have to, but most artists do. You kind of get crucified if you kind of lie about your surroundings. How much responsibility do you feel when you rapping and trying to be real and trying to talk about, really growing up life in Memphis, but also trying to, I guess, be responsible about what you say as an artist? Do you really think that should matter as an artist? Should you have to watch your words because people are listening to you and saying all people talk about is violence and money and bitches and drugs and hip hop? Or do you really care? Is that because that's actually what you're surrounded with? Or do you feel like you got to make a certain kind of music and be careful what you say as an artist?
I mean, with me being me, I always want to just be real with myself, because I look at it like you come in this game, that's how they gonna view you, point blank period. So your first impression is a lasting impression. So if you come real and you come correct, they can't do nothing but respect you in the end. It may take you a little longer to get on, but in the end, you got morals that you stand by. So if you come in the game and you respect yourself and keeping it 100, everybody else gonna follow.
Yeah. So do you feel morally artists owe it to the kids or the kids who may be listening to you to not talk about negative shit all the time? Or you just, look, you're grown. I look at it like this. Let me tell you how I look at it. I look at it more so the lines of artists are not anyone else's parents. Kids have their own parents. And, everybody's music is if your music has parental discretion advised on it, no kids should be listening to it anyway. And if they are, then the parent is failing, not necessarily the artist. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't necessarily feel that way. Well, they kind of jump on artists and say, hey, man, y'all need to do the right thing and say this and act a certain way and do this and that. You know what I mean?
You can't blame the music for how a child is raised, because a child, the first person a child sees when they come in the world is their mother and father. So the upbringing within the home is where the child get his learning from. So you can't put that on no music.
That's true. That's how I feel. But again, I know that I know you see it, especially once you get to a huge level. Then all of a sudden everything shifts. It's like they loved when you was gutter and they loved when you was gangster. You feel me? When you was coming up, but once you get to be rich, all of a sudden they want you to stop being you and kind of just, hey, save the kids and save the children and save the whales and every fucking thing else. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just everything shifts. You know what I'm saying? But I ask independent artists that because, you out here grinding, you out here working to get to that level, and you're going to be faced with that ultimatum at some point. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to be faced. You're going to be faced with that ultimatum at some point if you keep working hard enough at the craft. And so I kind of ask the artists that now to see where the mind frame is at now, and then maybe 5 years from now, if you're a superstar, I can ask you the same question, and maybe your whole answer could be different. You could look at everything totally differently. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Money, time changes people, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You right on that, but hey, I'm just staying humble. I'm just staying blessed. I'm just being true to myself, and I'm just repping T-Chamb. So, my kids, if you could ever meet my kids will tell you what they father do daily. They don't see me doing nothing out here off the wall crazy. I get up every morning, 4 a.m. I'm on my grind to making sure these kids shine. So that's what it's all about for me, feed my kids.
T-Chamb, that's a good answer. I don't want to run up against the clock with it, with you and your music like I did with my last interview. So we're going to go ahead and jump into some of this music real quick. Now, let me see. I got 2 songs by you. You let me know which one you want us to rock first. I got About $1, and I got Work for Mine. Which one of these you want us to rock with first? Let the people hear.
Well, we can rock with that Work for Mine, because that's what me and you speaking on right now. And, we can rock with that first, and About $1 is my single that I'm running with now.
Okay. So tell me about Work for Mines. Who produced the track and what's going on in the song? Tell us what you're talking about.
Well, produced the track is this cat out of Mitchell Heights named M1, and Work for Mine just basically just showing the kids a different avenue that you can get the fancy cars, the nice houses, and you ain't got to get out here and be in the street with it. You can get a job and work for it, and that's just my main focus is to let them know there's other avenues you can take to get these things in life.
Absolutely. Yes. Let's get it. T-Chamb, Work for Mines, right here on K-100 Radio. Check it out.
You are tuned into K-100 Radio. Hip-hop and
I went and caught the job. I'm seeing them dollar signs. I'm seeing them dollar signs. Hey, bitch, I work for mine. I went and caught the job. I'm seeing them dollar signs. I'm seeing them dollar signs. Hey, bitch, I work for mine. I went and caught the job. I'm seeing them dollar signs. I'm seeing them dollar signs. Hey, bitch, I work for mine. I went and caught the job. I'm seeing them dollar signs. I'm seeing them dollar signs. Hey, bitch, I work for mine. My kids getting older. This world is getting colder. No one tried to help me out. I caught that job and ran that route. Them devils out here talking. They don't really feel my pain. Phony friends love me when I hit the club and make it rain. Looking in my kids' eyes, I know I gotta make a change. I'm T-Chamb, homie, I'm staying true. I'm in my own lane. Grinding for my own change. Niggas acting so deranged. Stacking all my pennies cause I earn my money the hard way. Coming out hard like ball and G, so gon' let them hate. CBE, MHV, DJ Smoke ride with me. Now I'm on that shit. Gotta keep my shit. Mixtape dropping in the Mars. Watch me run the streets. I went and caught the job. I'm seeing them dollar signs. I'm seeing them dollar signs. Hey, bitch, I work for mine. I went and caught the job. I'm seeing them dollar signs. I'm seeing them dollar signs. Hey, bitch, I work for mine. I went and caught the job. I'm seeing them dollar signs. I'm seeing them dollar signs. Hey, bitch, I work for mine. I went and caught the job. I'm seeing them dollar signs. I'm seeing them dollar signs. Hey, bitch, I work for mine. Damn right, I work for mine. I stay down and grind, and niggas act like I ain't supposed to shine. Down on my luck, I know that's what y'all had in mind. I stay down on the grind. Oh my God, it's hammer time. I wonder why they mad at me. Guess because I made it out. Changed my life from wrong to right, and now I drive a different route. All I did was lend a hand when no one tried to help me out. But I just kept on pushing on. I knew that I would make it out. Phony friends did me in, and niggas tried to set me up. With all the good I've ever done, I guess I wasn't good enough. Bingham, why no shit? I guess I wasn't good enough. Hold up, think I said enough. Let's just stack this paper up. I went and caught the job. I'm seeing them dollar signs. I'm seeing them dollar signs. Hey, bitch, I work for mine. I went and caught the job. I'm seeing them dollar signs. I'm seeing them dollar signs. Hey, bitch, I work for mine. I went and caught the job. I'm seeing them dollar signs. I'm seeing them dollar signs. Hey, bitch, I work for mine. I went and caught the job. I'm seeing them dollar signs. I'm seeing them dollar signs. Hey, bitch, I work for mine. Mine. Hey, bitch, I work for mine. Mine. Hey, bitch, I work for mine. Mine. Hey, bitch, I work for mine. Mine.
You are tuned into K-100 Radio, hip-hop and R&B.
T-Chamb. That was the homie T-Chamb right there on K-100 Radio. Work for Mines right there, man. That was a dope joint, man. That beat was hard, though. I rock with it. It sounded like you had a feature on there. Who was on there with you?
Yeah, that was Drizzy. Drizzy, another artist out of Memphis, a little underground artist down here in Memphis.
All right, shout out to him, man. I think he did a pretty dope job. You feel me? I think that he had a pretty nice verse. You know what I'm saying? I always try to make sure we try to shout out the collaborations because, you know, collaboration is key with the independent artists. Matter of fact, let's talk about that. How is it working with, other underground artists in Memphis? You know what I'm saying? Some people, again, just like I did for the last interview, I asked the question kind of sort of similar to this. and immediately somebody popped up on the Instagram Live talking about how they can't get ahead because everybody in their city hating. Everybody hating them, and it's blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, how is it? How is it? How is it? You know, how is the collaborative efforts for independent artists in Memphis? Are y'all guys all sticking together to try to make this thing happen? Not that should matter, mind you, but still, how's it going?
For me, it's going pretty good for me because I'm just the type I'm down to work with. I pretty much would like to work with the local artists than the just big name artists because they give all us an opportunity to be heard. So when you get the mixtape, you're gonna hear a lot of local Memphis artists that's collaborating with me. You know, so it's just as a whole, we just doing it as a whole. And my project sounds shit damn near better than whatever that came out in the last 2 years.
Hey, you definitely gotta have that aura of confidence. We definitely gonna check it out. And you know, let me ask you this because you said you're putting out a mixtape. Are you releasing your first of all? All right? Let me ask you this first of all. Let me stop myself. Is your mixtape full of original music? Like, are you rapping over other like industry beats, or is every beat on there a beat that you got from a producer and it's all your songs? It's not like no beats that you ain't rapping on top of Yo Gotti or Rick Ross beats or nothing like that. These are all beats that you paid for?
No, I'm not. These are all out of pocket. These I may have two beats on the mixtape that's industry beats, but everything else is out of pocket. T-Chamb, you know, everything paid for, master, copywritten, all T-Chamb. And so, it's just all off of me getting up grinding daily.
So let me ask you this. You're releasing a mixtape, and mixtapes are essentially free. Why not do an album? How many tracks you got on there? Like, why not do an album and make money off of it?
It's gonna be 10 tracks on it. 10 tracks on it, and I'm actually going hand to hand, city to city, with the mixtape.
But with everything going on with streaming, why not just release it as an album instead of, you know what I'm saying? Is there a DJ hosting on it? Is there like a DJ talking on it? Is there a DJ hosting?
Yeah, DJ. Yeah, it's a DJ Q. DJ Q with Maybach Music. He's hosting it.
Okay.
So, you know.
So are you gonna simultaneously put the project up on any of the platforms like Spotify or anything like that to monetize, you know, some of the plays that you get?
No, I'm not going up on those sites. Like I said, I'm more so like the old school artist. I just like to be hand to hand. I like to meet and greet. I just like to grind it that way, and that way is more beneficial to me than it is just putting it on the internet and just hitting that button.
Well, you don't think?
No, I like to be hand to hand.
Well, you don't think you should do them both? Like, I mean, I gotta tell you, I gotta tell you, I disagree with that. I gotta tell you that I think you should, even if you are doing hand to hand, you should definitely have it available. I mean, this is an internet radio interview. What if somebody wants to get the mixtape right now after we done with this interview and want to click on a link or something? You feel what I'm saying? Like, what about those people?
Yeah.
What about those people?
Well, my SCM family, they'll take care of that.
Okay. All right.
They would take care of that. So, you know, I know we're going to sit at the round table and we're going to come up with the best scenario. So they're going to take care of that. SCM all day. So I ain't worried about that.
All right. Well, tell them Blizzum said I'm going to need for them to put that online too. You know what I'm saying? And tell them I specifically fucking said it. Tell them Blizzum said it, and tell Jay Shields Blizzum said put the shit online. All right, let's get to the next song before we get ready to get up out of here. All right, we got the Bottle Dollar, and this is your single. This is the one that you're rocking with. You're going city to city, state to state with. Tell us about this, and we're gonna jump into this before we get ready to ride out.
Yeah, this right here, this is my single Bottle Dollar, creating a big buzz down here in Memphis for me. Featured artist on it is Young Belly. Y'all may have know him as Young D. He was signed with 3-6 Mafia, so he's featured on this record with me.
All right. This is T-Chamb. We're going to check him out, man. This is a new joint, the single, Bottle Dollar, and we're going to get it rolled out. We got the Mako Girls coming up next. 347-934-0966. You're not rocking with the best. This is K-100 Radio.
Hop up at the bed. 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 I'm in the race to go and get this bread. Get this bread. Get this bread. About $1. Hop up at the bed. I'm in the race to go and get this bread. Get this bread. Get this bread. About $1. About $1. Bread. 4 a.m. I'm on my grind, making sure my sun shine. Money on my mind, I gotta hustle all the time. 24 hug the whip, know I keep a full clip. Tell me why these bitches trip, cause I'm out here flipping whip. Just blue 2 stacks, on number 50 hat. Haters down like that, my hood show me my respect. I don't gotta pay for that, really pray for that. 30 stacks, 08, hit me, yeah, I cop shit. 99 marquee, candy paint, stupid wet. Gave it to the main, told him cuz gon' flex that. Go hard in the paint, what them lames say. Most get a record deal, then they stray away. I'ma get 100 mil, so up the whole bay. Hit 106 and park and rep, what T-Chamb stay. Mitchell Height and Rosemont, what my getting that K. Hit level 2, yeah, what them love to hate. $1,000 outfit, Village Model American way. 500 green dot car, solar beach straight. June 2012, yeah, Lil B release day. When Lil Bruh come home, I'ma make sure he's straight. Hop up at the bed, I'm in the race to go and get this bread. Get this bread, get this bread. About $1. Hop up at the bed, I'm in the race to go and get this bread. Get this bread, get this bread. About $1. They 6-speed clutch, cause I got that brand new. They got me in me still with all this money I done ran through. You would burn it too if you was out here paper chasing. Said you rather mean mug and come around with all that hate. I've never been intimidated. Money I be generating, fall to the pass out. That's what I am insinuating. Hall of Fame, point guard, supersonic, Gary Payton. I'm on a different level. There's no way that you and me relating. You should take some time off. Your pimpin' needs some preparation. This is just a demonstration. I don't have no limitations. So much love for day mistakes. I see you up in business session. I hop up out the bed. I go and get it with no hesitation. Hop up out the bed. I'm in the race to go and get this bread. Get this bread. Get this bread. About $1. Hop up out the bed. I'm in the race to go and get this bread. Get this bread. Get this bread. About $1.
This is the hottest station in the game. Let's go.
K-100 Radio, Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. K-100 Radio now. That about $1 joint. That was T-Chamb. We got to get ready to get up out of here, man. T-Chamb, man, tell the people how they can get that music, man. That about $1, though. That joint go hard right there. I fucks with that one, hard body. I like that joint. Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. They can hit me on IG at Tony.Chambers.7583 and at my Facebook, T-Chamb, about $1.
All right, make sure you go holler at the homie, man. You dig? Go rock with him, man, right now. All right. Thanks for coming on the line, homie. We appreciate it, all right?
Appreciate you.
For sure, man. All right, shout out to Jay Shields and everybody over there at the ACM Awards. Next up. All right, 347.